In a world full of boring marketing misfits, get ready for the ride of your life with Dean Holland in The Drive.
Good morning, welcome to another episode of The Drive. Move my keys, they're rattling. Hope you're having an awesome week. It is, of course, Friday. It's been a random week in the office this week here at Internet Profits. We've had so many drawbacks with stupid little things like software that we purchase not doing what it should, and then so we move and we get something else and that not doing what it says, and oh my gosh, stupid delays. But one of the things we kind of just said yesterday is, you know what, scrap all this stuff, it's getting far too complicated. And we was trying to figure out, and here's a big thing, here's kind of what I'll talk about today, is understanding if you've got your messaging correct. Like, this is one of the things I've realized. I may have mentioned this briefly on a previous Drive episode, but have you got your messaging right? Because one of the things we've realized with our offer is I just don't think we've got it right. Now, I haven't had enough traffic to it yet to make 100% judgment on that, but I've just got an inclination. Like, and I believe in life and business that gut instinct counts for a lot. And I've always found that in life, whenever I've gone against what I felt in my gut, sometimes it takes a long time to realize, but I always realize that my gut was right eventually. And so nowadays I tend to trust my gut much sooner. Like, if I feel something in my gut that, like, my instinct is telling me this isn't right, or this isn't working, or I've got this wrong, then I'll tend to start looking to move away and do it differently, or make a change, or shift it, or whatever the instance may be. And so you've got to think about that messaging and who you're actually speaking to, and what the end goal is. Like, what is the goal? And here's a big way to help with that. A lot of people, when they start something online, they'll begin from like the front point. So what I mean by that is, for example, let's take us for example. Right now we have many products that range in price, from entry-level products through to products that go into the multi-five figures, okay, tens of thousands of dollars. Now, obviously, the best help we can give somebody is when they invest in those higher level stuff, like our $5,000, $10,000 plus programs. That's where we can deliver the maximum value and help to somebody. So that's ultimately what we need to work people towards, because not only is that where we can give the maximum help, it's also where we generate the most significant profits for the business, right? Now, knowing that, what would make sense? Would it make sense that I just throw up a squeeze page, start building an email list, and hopefully in amongst that list are people that would be interested in that $10,000 program? Or do you think the best thing to do is actually figure out who is the ideal customer to buy that $10,000 program, figure that out first, and then work my way back towards the front, where I can then say, right, well, what do I offer on a squeeze page to attract that ideal person right from the beginning? Well, obviously it makes sense to figure out who my ideal customer or client is first, and then work my way back towards the front. So if the $10,000 thing is the end goal, is the back end of the business, and the front end of the business is where I give away a free product and attract a prospect, then obviously it makes sense to figure out who is the ideal person for the back end stuff first, and go back to the front to attract that ideal person right from the beginning. And I got this wrong for many years in business. I would always start with the front, start building the list, and then start promoting stuff to that list. And often I would find that actually not many people on that list are ideal for what I want to sell, because I didn't use the correct bait, if you want to say that, to attract my ideal person in the first place. Therefore I ended up with a bunch of the wrong people. So there's kind of my big tip of the day, if you want to call it that, here on this glorious Friday here in the UK, is understand who you want to sell to, understand who you want to attract, and ensure you have your messaging correct from the very first point of contact in your business, and make sure you're attracting that right person from the start. Because all that happens is you're trying to help a bunch of people that don't necessarily need or want that help, and you're wasting your time, you're wasting your resources, you're wasting your energy, when really that could be better spent helping the right type of people. And you know, when it comes down to list building, a lot of people seem to have this thing that like the bigger your list, the better. Well, the only way that's ever possibly true is if you've got the biggest list of the most perfect, ideal customers in your business. No point in having a 100,000 subscriber email list when only 5,000 of them actually want what you're talking about. You might as well have an email list of 5,000 and them all be interested in what you're talking about. So hope that's a good little tip for you here on this Friday. We are, of course, here at Windsor House, the headquarters of Internet Profits. So have a great day, and I shall see you back after the weekend. Have a good one.